Assalamu alaikum, family. It's your brother Fardy Udeen, Rolls Royce Flave, a billionaire Flave. Make sure you go download my song if you haven't done it. You had over a year to do it. I made a song last year on June 11th, 2021. My very first song. It's called Didn't Want You to Love Me. No, I Did Not by Billionaire Flave. It's available on all platforms. So make sure you go do that. It's over a year old and it's already a timeless song. You listen to it 10 years from now, still gonna have that new up-to-date feel to it. So do me that favor, go check that out. Right now I'm out at the park, as you see. About to get in a slight little workout. I just want to leave a little flavor in your ear. My spiritual father, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, always taught us as his followers to make your own community a decent place to live. Don't get the big houses, the big cars in other neighborhoods when you're able to do it and leave your own neighborhood in shambles. Make your own neighborhood a decent place to live. Well, I take things like that to heart. At one point in time, I served as a captain within his nation of Islam under the leadership of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Now, I remember one of the final call newspapers that was out at the time was accept the responsibility to change your community. And I've always lived with that. I've always lived with that mentality to accept the responsibility to change and clean up my community. Even though my neighborhood in South Philly is considered 13th Street, and right around the corner we had 13th Street projects, we always had some type of semblance of peace. I mean, I had my little fights, my little fist fights with the guys from the neighborhood, but for the most part, it's quiet. It was always been quiet there. We always had, we might have random acts of something happening going on, but it was never too many issues of direct crime happening there. And at one point in time, I just decided, I told the young guys, y'all can't do it no more. Y'all can't sell, if you're selling drugs, whatever you're doing. In fact, that was 16 years ago this month. If I could walk out of my door and I can see you doing what you're doing, that's a crime, that means you're too close. You need to go somewhere else. I don't care where you go. I don't care if you do it in front of a police station. But you're not allowed to do it in front of my house where my family lay their heads, their children, our children lay their heads, the community children. It's not going to be done. So that's why I said 16 years ago, and for the most part, other than a couple of little random things that happen that might not even involve anybody from the community, it's been relatively peaceful. The guys that are doing little things, they go meet their customers somewhere else. They don't stand on corners, none of that crazy stuff. Because I stand on my word. I've accepted the responsibility to change my community, to clean up my community. So anybody that sees me, that knows me, in fact, at one time during that very first time I told the young guys that, one of their customers came up and he asked me, yo, do you know anybody that got anything? I said, look here, my man, I don't know if anybody told you, but there's no more buying drugs and stuff around here. And instantly he said, oh, okay, I understand. You're trying to clean the community up. I understand. I appreciate that. That's what the brother said. And I haven't seen him since. I hope after all this time, if he's alive, I hope that he cleaned up by now, cleaned himself up from the drugs. But that was my spirit. I wasn't going to go out there and fight you after I said what I said. I just talk to your customers when I see them come through. There's no more selling around here, that's all. So if you do it, they do it other places. There's no more standing on the corner. And I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just, give me that respect. Just like I give y'all respect. Because every one of these young guys that I talk to, they know that I've always talked to them about the game and teach them different things about life and how to be business-minded in the things they do. Move better than the way you're moving. I had a couple guys on a couple occasions, guys that I know were knee deep in the streets, who has titles attached to them that they may have done things that they may have done or may have not done, but those titles are attached to them. And they've told me, Flave, I appreciate you, man. I love you, bro. You always try to keep us on point. You always try to give us the game and teach us the right way. And that's all you can ask for. Just have one of the young fellas that appreciate that you're not running no game on them. You're not trying to make no threats against them. You're just trying to make them to understand how we could do better as a community and as individuals. So I've accepted the responsibility, and I want all of us, especially black men, it's time to bring black manhood back to the community. The black God protocol. The black man is God. We got to bring that type of mentality back to our neighborhoods. We have to accept the responsibility to change our communities. I'm not telling you what you do with your money, but if you have money, invest back into the black community. Buy up the little houses that's here. Keep it in the black hands. Let's have our money circulate 5 and 6 times, 10 times before it goes out one time to somebody else's community. That's how other people do it. Why can't we do it? Our spending power is in the trillions as black people. We just like anyone else, we love the finer things in life. We love the fine clothes, the fine cars, the fine homes. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let nobody tell you there's anything wrong with that. But before you buy all those fine homes and fine cars and fine clothes, invest it in your community. That's all. Just invest in your community. Once you do it, you take the next brother and you show him how to do it. Everything that you learn from the game, you make sure you teach it to the young brothers coming behind you so they can know. Because we didn't have too many in my and that was over me that knew much of the game. And the one that knew it, he didn't live long enough to teach us the game. Unfortunately, he died of an overdose. So if you know the game, teach the game. Take that responsibility. Go out there and teach your brothers and sisters how to be owners of our own community. Invest in your own community. Don't accept this as this the way it's supposed to be in our communities with the drugs, the crime, and all that stuff. That's not the way it's supposed to be. We're kings. We come from royalty. In fact, we come from Allah Himself. So we definitely deserve the best. We're supposed to be living the best. So I'm challenging all men. I remember years ago, I was coming from a community meeting with the then mayor and his commissioner, and they had at a church in South Philly. And I remember a brother came out the meeting and he asked me, brother, what we going to do about this crime in our community? I said the answer is simple. As men, we got to get back out there. We got to stop trying to be friends with these young guys that we know that's out there, because we know it's our sons. Our nephews, our young boys that we watch grow up. As men, we gotta pull them to the side and say, no, you can't do it like that. You can't move like that. You ain't gotta be standoffish with them. You ain't gotta threaten them, none of that stuff. Just talk to them. Just find one that you know that's gonna listen to you when you talk. Talk to him, and maybe he'll share the information with his homie. You ain't got to threaten nobody. You ain't got to threaten to go to war with anybody just to get the word across. We have to stand up. Our babies are dying for nothing. It's not just in Philadelphia. It's all across the country. It's our babies that's dying. They say bullets have no names, but it's funny how these bullets always seem to have the name of our beautiful children. Our beautiful names of our beautiful babies always seem to be the ones affected by the gun violence. These bullets magically just stop within our community, never goes anywhere else. Go figure that out. So we need to really dig in and try to figure out what's going on and try to look for the answers. I don't have much to say, just a little couple things I want to drop on y'all, but just something to think about. Accept the responsibility to change your community. Don't rely on anybody else. All you got to do is be the first one to stand up, and eventually everybody else will stand up behind you. Cause nobody want to be living in fear. Nobody wants to be living with bullets flying every night. Nobody wants to live like that unless you're crazy. You got to be certified crazy to call that living. That's not living. That's dying, even though you're very much alive. So yeah, I've taken on that responsibility. I don't argue. I don't fight. The ones that I know that's out there doing things, and whenever I get a chance, I pull them to the side and I talk to them about certain things and how to legalize whatever they're doing. You got illegal money in your pocket, I can show you how to make that legal money. I've been working since I was 16 years old. I attempted at one point in time to call myself out there, but that ended within that same night. So that's not my way of life. So just something to think about, y'all. All right, just a little Flave in your ear. Maybe soon. It's not maybe soon. Once I get the equipment and everything, I'm gonna start my own podcast. And we're gonna be talking about a lot of different things: sports, entertainment, life, wealth, finances, homes. We're gonna talk about all that. And the podcast is gonna be called Flave in Your Ear. You know what I mean? So don't be trying to take my idea. All right. So yeah. So check me out on my YouTube. It's gonna be posted on my YouTube page at Rolls Royce Flave. So check it out. Listen to what your brother got to say. Leave some comments, like, comment, and share. That's the first time I ever said that. I'd had my page up for over 2 years now. That may have been the first time I actually said it. When you go to my page, like, comment, share. That's it. All right. Assalamu alaikum.